Okay, let's get started. We are at the time. So welcome everyone. Today is March 14th. This is the database scalability working group weekly meeting. Let's get started from the agenda. First, significant updates since the last meeting. I have the first agenda item, updates from the sharding group and overall. So thanks to Jose and Nathan's perseverance. The production CI cluster was ready earlier today. So now we're good, proceeding to turn the phase 3 feature flag on to split the CI read traffic in the production environment. So excited about that. This is going to happen really short, very soon. Hopefully today or early tomorrow. And also development has completed all the phase 4 issues. Yeah, kudos to all the development teams. And then we are now focusing on the phase 6 outstanding issues. And we are down to 9 at this moment from last week. Last week it was 13. And also over the last week, we tightened up our backlog, closed the 3 epics. Basically, those are the incompatible features for the dev, secure, and enablement sections. So of course, as we move forward, if we discover new issues, we will just reopen those epics and then work on the new discovered issues. And also here is a discussion about the downtime we will be testing in phase 5, and that downtime will be necessary for phase 7. We will do multiple dry runs and test against this downtime, but overall the feeling is that the downtime is ideally less than a couple of minutes, and technically some parts of the GitLab will work the whole way through the migrations. And that's basically anything that isn't CI. So it's not a full downtime. It's basically just the summarize to the CI tables will be blocked that occur during that window. So in phase 7, when we roll the decomposition completely to production, the CI read will be blocked for a short time of the window. Any questions?
I was just curious, I could probably read up on it somewhere, but what the downtime is for? Is that to copy data across, or what's it for?
Yeah, it's basically syncing the data from the main database to the CI cluster. So we want to stop writing to the main cluster, then sync data to the CI cluster, then switch the CI, both read and write, to the CI cluster. So that downtime is basically for data syncing.
And the promotion sequence.
Yeah. Okay, last item, last update from me. There aren't any foreseen major tasks for infrastructure in phase 5 and 6. Basically, those 2 phases, we are going to do a lot of testing and validation of the rollout procedure. And of course, there might be small discoveries. So that could be something that the infrastructure will need to resolve error out. Meanwhile, we can focus during that time frame. We can focus on preparing phase 7, for example, the rollout procedure and disaster recovery mechanisms. So that's what infrastructure and the development can do during that validation phases. Any questions? Okay, then move on to the rollout progress review. I have a few points here. First, there's no change to timeline and confidence level this week. We are proceeding to phase 3 in production at this point. And also, while rolling the phase 3 out in production, development and SRE can collaborate on preparing phase 4 staging rollout. Basically, we can just prepare those MRs and the CRs in place where it makes sense and get ready for the phase 4 staging. But that rollout, the phase 4 staging rollout, shall wait until the phase 3 production is fully validated. Any questions? And also, thanks to Jose for preparing a template for the decomposition rollout and future maintenance. This template, once we have it ready, it will greatly mature the process and provide transparency for any major maintenance or upgrades of the decomposed databases. Yeah, questions?
Sean, I was just reviewing the ops epic that's linked in the agenda, and my understanding before and looking at that is we're not waiting on anything from like other development teams. Like
no, not at this point. No, everything we are working on. Every team is working on phase 6. So yeah, we're good. All the development teams are looking good.
I think the only outstanding issue in ops is something that Furkan is actively working on, which is the CI-owned runner cross-joining bits that are pretty tricky, but we only need them a bit later. And that's the last outstanding issue as far as I'm aware of.
Cool. Yeah. I was looking at that one earlier. Yeah, he said it had been fixed in an MR, it looked like, but it's still maybe kind of not validated. So we'll keep an eye on that. Thanks.
Yeah. For ops, there is one for phase 6 is being worked on. We are pretty close. Another one for phase 7, the sharding group picked up. So we are working on that. Okay, then bullet 3, review the progress charts. I posted the chart here. So on the development side, we are looking good. Continuous trend up. Outstanding issues continues to trend up. Yeah.
I personally, I don't know, maybe it's just a number, but I still find it pretty astounding that we have more than 500 merged MRs just in that one epic, and that's across, DevOps, secure, the enablement sections, and the sharding team itself. So I think that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to the rollout because this is, of course, quite a bit of change. So yeah,
it's great work from everyone. Okay, that's the update for today. Any more questions? Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day.